Right, we face Rangers on Sunday at Ibrox. Thank God it's the final derby of the season. They've not been a pretty watch this season. Jackie, is this one going to be any different?
I'd like to say yes. Nah, it's meaningless. You get a meaningless derby. But I think, it's just getting the game out of the way, really, isn't it? That's what it feels like just now. No. The cup game there was disappointing. If they'd won in the cup and beat them in that, it would have been a good end to the season. But no, I think now it's just a damage limitation. Get this game out of the way and move on to next season.
I'll ask a question to both of you here. It'd be interesting to get both your perspective. Is there any meaning at all in stopping them having an undefeated league season? Now, we as Celtic fans, we know that there's no comparison between this team and the Invincibles team of 2016-17, winning the treble, undefeated in the league. But does it mean anything to stop them going undefeated in the league?
Not really. I think you're different if they're winning the treble. If you stop them winning the treble, and obviously they've not done that. The two Saints have put them out each competition. So, it's for them that was a bit of a shock going out in the Scottish Cup. They'll be disappointed with that, and they'll want to try and finish, the season on a high and remain unbeaten in the league. But I think for our point of view, it's just making sure it's not embarrassing at the weekend.
Yeah, God, you can tell that you can tell the three of us are absolutely buzzing for this one, can't you? For God's sake. I took a bit of a slagging on Wednesday's video after the Aberdeen game because I think I made the comment, what it's like, John, after the game, emotions are running high, and I said I do not care at all about ending their unbeaten run. That is, of course, not completely true. When kick-off arrives on Sunday, I'm going to be sitting in front of my telly getting right into it. I'm going to want us to beat them. I'm going to want us to end their unbeaten league season. But in general, does it really matter to me? I thought it would back in February or whatever. I thought the prospect of them going an entire league season unbeaten kind of terrified me. But I'm so done with this season, and I'm so looking forward to next season that nothing that happens between now and the end of the season will provide me with any sort of consolation for how horrendous this season's been. And equally, nothing that happened could probably be any worse than what we've had this season. So I just feel like Jackie says, it's just a case of ticking off another game and just getting to the end of this horror season. But people have tuned in for a preview, so we should probably give them some sort of a preview. John, take it away. I was going to ask you a question there, but I genuinely have none, sorry.
Well, my thoughts are, what do we need to do differently from the last game? Now, I'm assuming we're all agreed that we wouldn't play Diego Laxalt, hopefully. Greg Taylor probably coming in. Hopefully James Forrest back. I know we've spoken a lot about Forrest on the channel.
I think he has been a big loss for the team. Just that extra bit of creativity and width that was severely lacking throughout the season. So I think it'd be good to have him back in the team as well. I think maybe looking at it, maybe play a few of the other lads, that are going to be there next year. Instead of playing Scott, might leave Scott out of this one. Bring Sorrow in, see how he handles that. It would make more sense, building for next season as well.
Do you see any selection curveballs, Hamish, like Sorrow coming in? Started Ibrox in January. Thought he played well that day, I think, if I recall correctly. I agree with Jackie. It makes sense to get him in and play another one of these derbies, does it not?
It does make sense, but I just think that John Kennedy will want to play Scott Brown, give him his final match against Rangers for Celtic, and give him a chance to go out in some sort of a high. By the same logic, he'll probably play Odsonne Edward, and I know you don't really have any alternatives to him, really, so he will still play, but I just have got absolutely no faith that Edward will be up for the game. I think he'll just be kind of strolling about. I would love to think that he would want to go out in some sort of a high, like Scott Brown, and as much as it is a meaningless game, winning at Ibrox would be pretty sweet. It would be nice. It would give us, the whole Celtic support a bit of a boost, especially after Rangers going out of the cup last week. But I've got no I've just got no faith. My faith in this team has wilted, and it's gone all season, and it's just at a low point now. And I've genuinely got no faith that they're even going to, turn up and put in a good challenge and try and get a result. I just think we'll get the same kind of lacklustre performance. We'll probably be the better team again, like we have in the last 3 matches, in my opinion, and we'll probably create better chances like we have in the last 3 matches. But we'll concede daft goals, and we won't take our chances, and that's a frustration for me.
Are we surprised by how attached John Kennedy is to Scott Brown? Even after the Aberdeen news, he's played him in every game, I think. Is that surprising to you, Jackie?
A little bit. I think, obviously he's been with him for a number of years and there's a relationship there. But for John's side, we spoke a bit before about, if he wants to be the manager himself, he wants to make decisions to do things differently. Pick a team and go about it your way. I think, I don't know, it'd be interesting to see what you think after this season's finished. Would he have regrets about certain things that he's done since taking over from Neil, about his team selections there? He clearly, obviously, got it wrong in the last derby and changed at half time and brought Greg on for Laxalt, but the game was done. The 2 goals in that area, out of position, rather than keeping to the back 4, which was costly. But little things like that. Does he regret not starting with that team? And but that's the thing when you're a manager, and that's the thing when you're an assistant manager. When you're in that hot seat, you make decisions not on your worrying about the outcome or what people are going to say. It's having the courage to stick to what you're saying and what you're doing and your beliefs and what you want to create. Because the team were going okay, we never got carried away because we beat Livingston comfortably, or creating many chances. But it's the same deficiencies that's let the team down this season. Soft set pieces, soft in certain areas in the game that's been so costly.
It's interesting because the Kennedy reign, so to speak, has been almost like a distillation of the whole season as a whole, like a mini version of it. Missed opportunities for you, Hamish? Should have been a fresh start for some players, should have been some fresh ideas, but Kennedy just stuck to his guns, stuck to Lennon's guns almost.
Yeah, missed opportunities quite literally, because I feel like that's been the hallmark of the season. Just, great opportunities coming and taking too many touches, not getting the shot away, shooting right at the goalkeeper. I've never seen a team that shoots right at the goalkeeper more. But I just really hope that we do get a performance and a result out of them. It would be nice, wouldn't it, to be sitting here next Monday talking about a positive Celtic result, because I don't know if we've had one yet. Just finally, Jackie, did you ever play in any so-called meaningless derby matches against Rangers, and were they hard to get up for if you were, say, already the champion, or conversely you were already second place?
No, I've been on both sides when we've been winning the league and going there, and you just want to keep winning. Again, it's possibly different this year because there's no the fans there and stuff, in that atmosphere. But there's no way you could have a meaningless game in a derby, with fans there and people that's turned up to watch. And as a player, for me, that was one of the biggest things I missed when I left the club, was the Old Firm games. There was nothing better to play home or away. I loved the whole bit about it, the whole build up, the whole turn up at the stadium, and the atmosphere, and getting stuck in about it. There's nothing better.
It does have meaning. It does have meaning, especially for players who are Celtic fans. Jackie, I've been meaning to ask you this for a while. Players and managers, they always talk about how it's always just about the next game, but it always seems a bit of a media cop-out when they say that. Are players really that blinkered? Does it always just focus on the next opponent, the next match, and don't really look ahead?
It's changed a bit. Obviously, the preparation, they do more analysing, and back in the day with Martin and stuff, we didn't really, because you're playing each other. It seems to be, it's preparation now. It's like over the top. Watching videos of Rangers game, last game, or the game before, or there, you know that they're going to do. You know the strengths and weaknesses, and that's what they do now. And so they do prepare each game. Set up as soon as they've finished that game last week. It'll be the next one, right? Is it Livingston? And they'll go and work on going against Livingston and prepare that game, and that's what they do now. But before, no, we always had the one eye. We knew when the Rangers game was coming and looked forward to it and made sure that we didn't get booked and suspended or sent off. You always have that in the back of your mind as well. If there's certain games or certain people were involved in it, that you weren't going to be missing the Rangers game that was coming up next by a late challenge.
Good point. So we won't do predictions, but we'll just say 3-0 Celtic, all of us.
Yep. Happy to sign that one off, and we'll hope for that.
That'll be an exclusive in the Daily Record by the end of the day. Champions to watch out.
And it would just cut to Monday afternoon and our 3 tone-faced idiots sitting on the channel. It is 12 o'clock kick-off on Sunday, so a nice early one. Hopefully it goes better than the last few have. We will have Jackie back on the channel next Monday for some sort of debrief after the game. Before every game this season, I've said that I hope we can get a positive result and we can be sitting here with smiles on our face. Guys, is this the one? Are we going to do it? Hopefully that's the case. Thanks everyone for watching. Remember to subscribe to the channel and we'll speak to you soon.